I'm Charlotte. I'm a Chartered Financial Planner and Fellow of the PFS here at ClearCut Financial Planning. I've worked in financial planning for over 10 years, and from early on I was drawn to the technical complexity and human behaviour, particularly in retirement planning, where decisions are permanent and deeply personal. What I've come to understand is that retirement is often mislabelled as purely exciting. On the surface it's freedom, opportunity and choice, but underneath that, retirement is often a real point of vulnerability for many clients. There is uncertainty about whether they have enough, fear of making irreversible decisions, and often a loss of confidence after decades of accumulating wealth and not wanting to use it. A key part of my role is identifying vulnerability early and creating a safe structure for clients to explore it. And one of the early stages of the process is to use well-being and vulnerability assessments before we even meet a client for the first time. Research consistently shows that there can be a huge gap between pension wealth between men and women, starting early in careers and widening over time, meaning that women can reach retirement with materially less pension wealth. My first meeting is built around a structured discovery with any client. I start with questions like, what brought you here and what does financial security mean to you? I also explore beliefs, emotions and goals, and this sits alongside financial facts, because the numbers alone are never enough. From there, I build a detailed cash flow and various scenario plans, turning uncertainty into something visual and tangible. Clients can see the impact of different retirement ages, spending patterns and market impact. Very often clients can arrive very unsure whether they can actually retire at all, but the real issue is not just financial, but it's emotional uncertainty. I would like to talk about a recent example. A client of mine sadly lost her husband as they were both approaching their retirement age. In that moment, everything they had planned for their future had changed overnight, not just financially, but of course emotionally. And the retirement that thought she was stepping into no longer existed in the same way. Charlotte helped me carve out my future. I feel stronger now, knowing I am in good hands with the projections set out for me. Technically, we had to rebuild her entire retirement plan, reassessing income, reconstructing her cash flow model, and running detailed scenarios to show her what was still possible on a single life basis. But what mattered most was how we worked with her through it. We slowed everything down. We didn't rush with decisions. We created a space for her to be able to think, to grieve, and understand her position clearly.
Charlotte celebrates her 10-year anniversary with us this year, and her journey began following her degree in business studies, and she joined our graduate recruitment. The thing about Charlotte is she has always pushed herself outside her comfort zone and continues to strive for excellence. Charlotte's now one of our senior financial planners. She's part of our Women and Money team, and she particularly enjoys working with Women and Money clients. Charlotte has worked very closely in a lot of very difficult circumstances with women when there's been sudden bereavement, and also as part of women's divorce journeys. We've had amazing testimonials about the work that Charlotte's been doing in the retirement planning space, and is well worthy of the title of a senior financial planner in this firm. She deals with complex clients in very complex situations, both from a financial planning perspective and an emotional perspective as well, which to have both of those skills is quite unique. She's won awards on her journey. She's been in fact she achieved before she was 30 both her chartered and fellowship, and has also gone on to win on 2 occasions top 35 financial planner under age 35. So she really is the next generation of financial planners, and she's got an amazing career ahead of her in this space that she's well ahead of.
What makes Charlotte exceptional is her ability to combine technical expertise with empathy. Clients are constantly telling us how reassured they feel after meeting with Charlotte, and how she makes complex financial matters so much easier to understand. For those approaching retirement, she has a real talent for helping people navigate what can seem like such a daunting transition.
With only 18% of financial planners in the UK being women, Charlotte is a brilliant example of a chartered financial planner, having achieved chartered status at 30 years old. To me, she is a brilliant example and somebody that I can always look up to. Not only has Charlotte achieved fellowship status, which is a brilliant example to myself, she also is really strong in the meeting room with clients. She consistently shows that she's empathetic and will personally look after clients and make sure they can feel comfortable when navigating really tricky financial decisions.